birth anniversary of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, or Baba, as those of us from a certain part of the subcontinent call him. And I want to say this, which is, when you are a member of a religion, when you are a member of a community, sometimes you don't realise the contribution you make and how you're perceived by members of another religion or of different communities. And can I just begin as the Mayor of London by thanking you, Londoners who are Sikh, for the massive contribution that you make to helping London be the greatest city in the world. And Billy talked a little bit about the massive contribution made by Sikhs to our city and our country. We have more Sikhs living in London than any other city in the UK, but also more than any other country in Europe. And the Sikh community contributes not just to our businesses, but our public servants serve in the NHS and other parts of the public sector. And today we had a remembrance ceremony here in City Hall. You'll know that the 11th of November is when we remember those who served for our country. And during that ceremony, Jasveer did a reading from the Sikh scriptures, but also took part in this ceremony where we remembered the sacrifices made by those who served for the Commonwealth, for the Allies. And you will be aware of the massive contribution made by your forefathers and your foremothers, which led to the victory, which leads to us enjoying the rights we enjoy in this country. And I just wish those who are members of the English Defence League, those who are members of the BNP, supporters of Stephen Yaxley, otherwise known as Tommy Robinson, knew that many of the rights they enjoy is because of the sacrifices made by your forefathers and your foremothers. We must never forget that, but also we must never let our children forget that as well. And that's one of the reasons why City Hall is joining the Commission, the National Sikh War Commission, to make sure in the heart of London, in the centre of London, we finally have a memorial to commemorate the contribution made by the Sikh community in the First World War and the Second World War as well. But I want to touch about something else, which then later on we'll be hearing from the Raj Academy, who will be using instruments used by gurus, and you'll be aware better than I am of the significance religiously and culturally of them doing so. But what I want to touch on in my short words is the contribution that I've discovered as a member of a non-Sikh faith, of the contribution made by your community every day through volunteering and charity, the donations you make as well. And that's the concept of langar that Jasveer talked about. All across our city, all across our country, all across the world, there are gurudwaras who open their doors to people who want to be fed, irrespective of their background. I've been to gurudwaras in Amritsar, across London, and across the country. Nobody ever asked me what religion you are. Nobody ever asked me how rich or poor you are. What they do ask me is, do you want more? How much do you need? And also, I've got to say, I'm now the best chapati roller this side of the Western Hemisphere. But I want to thank you for doing that, because what you do is you live the teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. It's not simply in the scriptures, it's how you live your lives. And how you live your lives is such a great example to those of us not of the Sikh faith. And the reason why this birth anniversary is so important is because the teachings of Guru Nanak Dev Ji are as relevant now, 550 years ago, as they were when they were first given to us. They're as relevant in London, 5,000 miles away from where he was born, as they are there. And they're as relevant to non-Sikhs as they are to Sikhs. And so I want to say thank you for the service you do. Thank you for the contribution you make towards our city being the great city we are. But also, thank you for reminding everyone that actually the teachings of Sikhism talk about unity, oneness, bringing people together. At this time in our city, in our country, in our world, where there are people trying to divide communities, dividing Sikhs from Muslims, or rich from poor, or light-skinned people against dark-skinned people, or men against women, or what you do is demonstrate that actually we've got far more that unites us than divides us. So have a fantastic celebration tonight. By the way, I've never seen, and I say this as somebody who's a member of this community, a member of the Asian community queue the way you just did for and the next time I attend a Muslim wedding, I'm going to tell them how the Sikhs queue at City Hall for the food. Good bra, the large vidai. Why go to take a